Hi, welcome back to My Big Easy Home. I am Kayla LeMaire, a realtor here in New Orleans with Galliano Realty. And this is a show where I share all of my favorite things about New Orleans, all the things that make New Orleans unique and special. And today I am in the Marigny neighborhood visiting Brieux Carre Brewery. And I am sitting here with my good friend and the taproom manager here at the brewery, Jen Manconi. Hi, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for coming.
How long has the brewery been here?
Brieux Carre has existed since 2017, April. Yep, 4 years now.
Okay. And you guys are in what I think is a great location. You're in this little short block of Decatur,
Yep.
in between Elysian Fields and Frenchman Street.
Yep.
What do you love about being in the Marigny? What do you think is the best thing about where you're at?
We love our location. We're just outside of the French Quarter, and then we're the first block off of Frenchman Street. Like you said, Frenchman is that main music hub that runs through New Orleans, all the nightclubs, the restaurants, the late night activity. And then we're that one little block between Frenchman and Elysian Fields. And Elysian Fields is like a thoroughfare, a hub that connects downtown New Orleans to the lakeside. So we're just in a great location for locals to zip in and out, to see us, for everyone visiting town to walk over. We love the Marigny. The Marigny is such a great neighborhood. We're just smack in the middle of it.
Yeah. I think it's a great location. Yeah. I think it's a great little space. You guys have a nice courtyard in the back. You have this great tap room here. You brew all of your beers.
Everything's made on site. Absolutely.
You guys do not just beer, but you also have events from time to time, so weekly events.
Yep.
You do comedy,
We do comedy, we do trivia, we have fun little weekly specials. Every Sunday we do Service Industry Day, every Tuesday is Teacher Appreciation Day. This past Sunday, actually, I'm so sad you missed it.
Oh, I know.
We had our a lovely little art market, little pop-up in the back courtyard. We had 5 different vendors, all spaced out outside. We had a lovely charcuterie food if you were hungry. It was packed. Everyone had a great time. It was busy. It was fun. People were walking through. Lots of great merchandise for sale. I'm looking forward to the next one a lot.
Great. When are you guys doing that again?
We're gonna try every month. So we just had ours. So I'm expecting late September. We also, and I'm super excited about this. I've told you about this. We're having a puppy and animal adoption day. We're teaming up with Arno, which is Animal Rescue New Orleans. It's an adoption similar to a local SPCA. And so we're teaming up with them, and we're going to have an adoption drive. And we're brewing a beer specifically for the event, and they're going to bring a bunch of adoptable little doggies to our courtyard. Super excited about that. And then fall's just around the corner. We have huge events for Oktoberfest. We're teaming up with a larger brewery, Faubourg Brewing, for another great brewery for a special beer release for our Oktoberfest events. It's just a lot of nice events rolling out.
Nice. And you guys do collaborations.
We do
like
collaborations.
That with other breweries from
Yep.
time to
Oh,
time.
absolutely. We just this past month, a month ago, did one with our friends in Texas. We're doing one here in town with Faubourg. In the past, we've done with a whole bunch of local breweries in town. Absolutely.
I love that.
Yeah.
So tell me about your beers. What did you bring for me to try today?
All right. So today we have a nice selection it's a good variety of what we offer here at Brieux Carre. I picked a German Pilsner, an Imperial milk stout, and then a fruited goza. This is going to be our blueberry lemon sour. Very delicious.
Oh, those all sound good.
Yeah. So
maybe
let's start with the, it's Malcolm in the middle froth. This is going to be our German Pilsner.
Okay. I have to say, you guys have the best, most clever names for your beers.
Thank you.
I love a good clever name.
We have fun.
And you guys really bring an A game where that's concerned.
Thank you.
Malcolm in the middle froth?
Middle froth.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can go ahead. This is going to be a standard German Pilsner, light, creamy, low ABV. Absolutely, you could drink this all day. Thoughts?
I like that.
Yeah. Nice and smooth, refreshing.
And I had the Italian one last time I was here.
Yeah.
And I think I like this one better.
Yeah, last time we used, we still have it online. It's the
Leaning Tower of Pilsner.
Yes, Leaning Tower of Pilsner.
They're great. I love it.
Made with the Italian hops as opposed to traditional German. Yep. So the Italian does have a little bit more of a bite based in the hop in the process. But we always have a nice selection of different ranges of beers, multiple pilsners, lagers, IPAs, hazy IPAs, whatever you might want.
I love that. And I will say, I went to another local brewery recently. I will not say which one. But I did find that most of their selection was two types of beer.
Sure.
And that was kind of it. There was a little bit limited in what
Yes.
types of beer
Yes.
were available to choose from. So that is one thing that I love about what you guys are doing. There's lots of variety. There's something for everybody.
Yes,
Even
absolutely.
if you're not a beer drinker, which I'm technically not a beer drinker.
It's true.
There's always something.
We can always find something, especially, and it's common here in New Orleans. You get these big groups of people that just walking off the street, 10, 12 people at a time. One of them is not going to be a beer drinker. So I always ask, just try. Tell me what maybe you like, and I'm going to direct you towards something. For example, this one. We'll skip to the third. This is our Decaturade. We actually had the name of this one of our favorite regulars, Josh, thank you, came up with the name, and then because we're at 2115 Decatur Street, so we decided, we have to brew something. This is perfect. Like, what can we get? What's a fun, funky one?
It's awesome.
So this is going to be, it's a fresh lemon zest, goza. It's going to be in the sour family, nice and light. It's going to have a sourness, but not a tart pucker.
Yeah, I like that too.
Traditionally, if someone comes in and they say, I'm not really a beer person, I'm going to direct them more towards a lighter sour.
Yeah, I was going to say it doesn't have that hoppy beer quality to it.
It's fun. It's a fun color. It's a beautiful, if you can see it in the light, it's this beautiful, like, dark lavender.
It is, like purple. I've never seen a beer this color before. And I think you had mentioned to me that, like, you were, like, zesting the lemons for this beer.
Not me, Dana. Dana was back there. She was zesting for days.
So you guys are really using fresh,
absolutely,
quality ingredients.
You can taste the difference when you use syrups versus fresh fruits and juices. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
This one is your favorite.
It's my favorite. Okay. I have literally had a dream about this beer. I like it so much. So.
Okay. So this little fella, coming in at 14.1% alcohol. We serve it in a 9-ounce glass because of that.
It's like a little glass of port or something. I love it.
This is Charles let Robert brew a beer. This is going to be an Imperial milk stout.
I'm just getting like the smell hit of it.
It's dessert in a glass.
It is always as good as I think it will be. It never disappoints me. It's very much dessert in a glass.
Yep.
We've used Rolo, liquid Rolo.
Yes.
Is a great way to describe it. One of your patrons.
Yep, someone referred to it as a Rolo candy, and I can't forget that ever since.
Yeah, it's perfect. Because that's what my description is a boozy liquid, chocolate covered caramel, which is basically
absolutely.
a Rolo.
It's going to have vanilla, coconut notes in it. That's delicious, that sweetness.
So yummy.
So good.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
And this one is a funny story. So Charles is our head brewer, and Robert is our owner. And so Charles let Robert brew a beer, and it came out over 14% alcohol.
There you go. Well, it's delicious.
It is delicious.
Robert did a great job.
Robert, you did.
Shout out to Robert.
Always does a great job.
I love this one.
Thanks, boss.
And to Charles, too, for brewing
Charles.
lots of great
Charles
beers.
Beers.
A true craftsman.
He is. He knows what he's doing. He's won awards. He nails it every single time. Yeah. Absolutely.
So on any given day when I come in, how many beers would I have to choose from?
On most days we have it, I would say, 12 to 14 different beers to choose from. Absolutely. So we have everything on draft, and then we also have a canning line. We do some can to go, and then for the most part, almost everything can be put in a to-go crawler.
Okay.
So it's going to be a 32-ounce can. that we seal and label and date for you to take home to enjoy at a later time. Also, we have
So I could get Charles Let Robert brew a beer.
this
In
one.
a crawler? You can tell me the one I want. I can't have.
You technically can.
Okay.
The alcohol is a little high in that one. I will tell you, we're running down to our last keg.
Oh, okay.
It's going to switch over to another one. We like to have a nice even selection. We'll always have Pilsners. We'll always have something dark. We're going to have some sours. We try to stick to the more traditional old world beers. We don't do so much of the trendy beers, but we're always going to have a sour. And if we do have something a little bit more on the funkier side, it will be just a really great process. It's going to be fresh and light. Yeah.
Nice. And you guys do you do a different one every week?
We try to drop a new beer, 1 or 2 beers even every week. Yeah,
Okay,
absolutely.
Nice. So lots of variety. You can
Yep.
come in every week and potentially have something brand new
Oh, absolutely.
to try that you haven't tried before.
Yep.
That's really fun. I want to ask you a little bit about you.
Okay.
Because you were a bartender
Yeah.
in the French Quarter
Yep.
for many years.
Guilty.
And I think always interesting to talk. Bartending in New Orleans is a very specific type of job that I like put in a category with like a New York cabbie. You know, like it's like the most intense version of the job, right? At hand. Well, certainly in the United States, trust me, I've been to Asia and cabbies there. It's a whole other level above. But here in the United States, for sure, you know, you could drive a cab in any American city, but if you're driving a cab in Manhattan, then it's certainly, you know, a
Different
sort of
than
next level kind of thing. And same thing if you're bartending in any American city, you know, it's a particular type of job. But I think in New Orleans,
Sure.
with the French Quarter and just kind of the liveliness and the attitude here, definitely a little bit of a notch up. So I want to just pick your brain a little bit
Okay.
about that.
Go for it.
What would you say was the biggest challenge that you faced as a French Quarter bartender?
Challenges. Easy. It would be people coming in, and it's usually going to be conventions, a work crowd, maybe just anyone traveling here for the first time, and going out drinking and not realizing their tolerance level. It's always going to be the number one.
Like, people seem to think that they cross the border into New Orleans and suddenly, like, they're magically able to drink 5 times the amount that they would normally be drinking at home, and that's not the case.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. And I always
I'm guilty. Like, I come down to the French Quarter sometimes, and I lose sight of my boundary. I think it's just something about
it's
the
so
atmosphere.
easy.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's a party atmosphere. If you come here with your adult friends or colleagues, everyone's excited. Everyone wants to get all the famous drinks that we're known for. They want to get it, like, just indulge in those delicacies. They just want to indulge, period. And I have to tell them sometimes, like, sir,
Or ma'am.
your alcohol tolerance did not change just because you're on vacation. Whatever amount you could consume back home in Boise is going
Shout out Boise.
is going to remain the same here in New Orleans. That's always a fun challenge. Yeah.
And we have these, you know, you guys have heard of like hurricanes and daiquiris and these kinds of things, and these drinks often have a lot of sugar in them. They
Fruit
have
juices.
maybe some different, more than one type of alcohol,
Yep.
and so you get that sugar rush, that
Yep.
sugar high, along
So
with the
much.
buzz.
But you don't necessarily taste
And you
the
don't
alcohol
taste the
because there's so
alcohol.
many layers to these cocktails.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
drink with some amount of caution. When
Have
you
a
come
water.
here. Have a water every now and then. I'm a huge fan. I'm a shout out to another friend of mine, Garland Terrio, out in Lafayette, for introducing me to the Deuce, which is
Deuce?
1 glass of water
Okay.
for every alcoholic beverage you have.
Mm-hmm.
It is the best thing to hold off a hangover
Yes.
that you can possibly come up with.
Yes.
You're keeping hydrated, you're taking that little bit of a break.
Yep. You're
It's
still going to get a buzz.
You're still gonna get you
Nobody's
drunk
trying
on.
to squash your fun.
It is just a really good strategy for
Yeah.
pacing and a really good strategy for kind of helping yourself not feel quite
Absolutely.
so bad the next day. Yeah. So I'm a big fan of that.
Yeah. Smart.
Thank you. What was okay? So Most memorable moment, most memorable customer
Okay.
that you can think of.
Okay. The most memorable moment for sure. I used to work at this lovely, for the whole duration, the 6 years, I worked at this wonderful little Irish pub in the French Quarter called Ryan's Irish Pub. It's still there.
Shout out, Ryan.
Stop by. Stop by if you can. They're lovely. It's a great old building. Absolutely beautiful architecture. But it is on the corner of Decatur, which is our main drag, and Bienville. So all of the parades would go by, and all of the, I don't know, you get all the bachelor parties, all the sports fans, people, it would just fill up. One night I was working, it was just probably a normal Thursday night. I was by myself, and I'm talking to some customers, and there was a front entrance and a rear entrance, and I see from the rear entrance this bright image walks through the door, and I turn to look, and it's a man dressed as a banana, like a full banana costume.
Totally normal here.
Sure. And, and so I turn and I see this giant banana walking in the bar, and I'm like, okay. And then I finished whatever I was saying to the customer. I go over to greet the banana, and a second banana walks in behind him, and I'm like, okay. And so I'm continuing to say hello, and then I noticed from the front door, like 2 or 3 bananas trickle in, and I'm like, what?
Having an infestation of bananas.
Yeah, there was just a bunch of bananas in the bar, and so that was great. And within a 20-minute period, the bar was full of adults in banana costumes. There must have been 25, 26 of these fruit running around the bar, having cocktails, having a great old time. I remember specifically one lady, she was in the full banana suit, but she had like the Chiquita fruit on her top. It was really cute. It was plastic fruit, but she was really into it. And she was probably my favorite of that group. But it turned out it was like a scavenger hunt, I want to say.
How fun.
And so they were all around town, and they just happened to end at Ryan's, where I just happened to be working. No idea this was coming in.
Not Mardi Gras, not Halloween.
No,
just a random spring, probably.
Just a day in New Orleans. so that's common though.
That's awesome.
You just get a whole bunch of costumes, you get characters, just big parties. Like it might just be a regular calm mellow Tuesday, and then all of a sudden, boom, your bar is filled with people wearing cat suits, and you're like, and you don't even question it. There's just, okay, it's a party.
Yeah.
You take your picture of your favorite one.
You never know what to expect when you go to work. And that's kind of fun, I think, to a degree.
Absolutely.
What was your favorite thing about it?
The bananas?
No, the bartending.
Oh. The people. Just the fact that any given day you would meet the nicest people visiting, or the sweet little lost tourist that got separated from his friends. Oh, those were always my favorite. Or just someone visiting from another town that's never been here before, never been to New Orleans, and you get to hear about New Orleans through their first time experiences and kind of reimagine your city through their eyes. And that's just excellent. New Orleans is such a beautiful city. The neighborhoods are all so different. The French Quarter, which I love and feel so comfortable and at home at, is completely different than here in the Marigny, which is my new home that I love. But every little nook has its own little secrets and fun little things to find and discover.
And its own kind of personality.
Oh, absolutely.
I think neighborhood choice, as far as like where you choose to live, it's such a personal.
Yes.
It's such a personal choice, but it's also like a personal resonance. You know, you just find that neighborhood that's
absolutely.
Your neighborhood, and we have so much variety and something for everybody, and I love that. When I was giving tours, I also just loved the people, meeting people from all over the world. We have an international population, but as a tourist destination, you can imagine we have guests from all over the world as well. And seeing the city through their eyes, seeing that first time this is so much more than I expected. Perspective, is really a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
And a gift, I think, for those of us who work in hospitality or have. That we get to engage.
You get to feel that again.
Yeah.
Really you remember fun. Why you moved here.
Yeah. Absolutely. Tell me about your board. So you guys can't see, but there's a chalkboard just out of the frame here. What is this about?
This is our Beer It Forward board. This is one of my favorite programs we have here. It's a donation board, I want to say. You come in. Does that sound right? Mm-hmm. You come in and you see our giant board as soon as you walk in. It's the first poster you see once you're inside the tap room area. And it just says Beer It Forward, and then there's a whole bunch of random items.
Timbers gear.
Yep.
Is one thing. Montana ID.
Come in wearing a dinosaur costume because, again, this is a thing.
Right. More common than you might
More common. You will see random costumes any day of the year. And so you come in and someone pays to buy the next person a beer. So you pay $8 to get your idea on the board, and you can put whatever you want. So if someone came in and they said, for the next Bill's Mafia fan, and so if someone comes in and Bill's Mafia are crazy, so they're going to be like, go Bills, or they're going to show you pictures, or they're instantly going to want to talk about that time they met Jim Kelly, and you're like, all right. So you give them a free beer because the previous person bought it for someone, whatever it refers to.
Yeah.
Like there's one that says a pet named Norman Bates, because this lady came in a week ago and she has a little kitty cat that's named Norman, and she wanted to double down on Norman. So any pet that's named Norman Bates, you get a free beer.
Nice. So it's worth it just to come in and see if there's a beer on the board.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And they change over daily. Like we'll keep it up there until someone claims it, and then we erase it and make room for the next one.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. So after you get your free beer, you can beer it forward for the next person.
You can.
And see how outrageous you can get with
Absolutely.
your requirements.
Yeah.
For that person.
It's great.
I love that idea. I think it's a really fun way to interact with the customer.
It is. And people see it and they light up and they'll ask, what's this about? Thinking maybe it's our beer list. And I'll tell them, no, this is, if you qualify for any of these, you get a free beer of your choice.
Yeah, I love it.
And so everyone gets all excited and they're looking up and down the list trying to find their free beer. And sometimes it works out.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't think we mentioned that you guys also, if you want to have an event here, you can rent out spaces in the brewery or even the whole taproom area if you want to host your own private event.
Yeah,
here.
we do private events as well as weekly things. Absolutely. So we have this beautiful front taproom space. We have a lovely covered courtyard where we host most of our public events. And you can rent out, depending on the size of your party, you rent out either just the courtyard or the entire building takeover. Absolutely. And you would contact me. You could go to our website, which is Brieux Carre, and we spell it in the New Orleans fashion, BRIEXCARRE.com, BrieuxCarre.com. And there's an events page, and you can fill out a little entry form, and it'll send to me, info@brieuxcarre.com, and we'll get back to you, and we'll figure it out and get those details down. And we have this week, I believe, we have a wedding rehearsal dinner planned. I know we've had bachelor parties last week that just want like a little space just to themselves, play games, whatnot, family get-togethers. The brewery is always family and dog friendly. Everyone is welcome. Yeah, bring your dog.
Drop the mic on that one. Literally.
You were too excited about the dog.
I was. I get very excited about furry babies.
Yeah. So, but yeah, absolutely. So you can either do a courtyard rental, the whole building rental, whatever you want. Check us out. And we made it real easy. All of our info is on BrieuxCarre.com. We're on Facebook at Brieux Carre Brewing Company. On Instagram, it's just Brieux Carre. And Twitter is the same, Brieux Carre, all spelled the same. And you can find all of our weekly upcoming events, comedy night, different beer releases, everything. It all hits social media on the same day. So that's the best way to find out like what our latest beer is, what we're having for like trivia night, all those little details.
Awesome. Excellent.
Yeah.
So I will have links to all of those places that you can find them online and on social media in the description of the video to make it super easy for you guys. We'll tag them wherever we post this.
Sure.
So reach out to Jen if you want to schedule a private event. And I think that's pretty much it. Contact me if you have any questions about real estate in New Orleans, moving to New Orleans, pretty much anything you want to discuss regarding New Orleans, and possibly even things not totally or remotely related to New Orleans. I will likely still engage in conversation with you. So just reach out wherever you're watching this video and connect with me. I'd love to talk to you guys. Jen, thank you so much for having me, for plying me with beer
Yes.
at this beautiful morning hour. I appreciate you. Thank
You're
you so
welcome.
much.
Thank you for coming.
All right, guys. See you next time.
Bye.